Hey babes, welcome to Your Mom's Best Friends podcast, where we come together as a tribe and share the good, the bad, and the what in the actual fuck moments of motherhood, all while building our dream life. I'm your host, Brandy Ververs, mama to two littles, Army veteran, and business enthusiast. I'm obsessed with empowering mamas to live their life with their babies in tow while also building their dreams. If you're ready for a good laugh or to get inspired, grab your cup of coffee because you're in the right place.
What is up, you guys? Look at this setup. We are what I like to call official now. Just kidding. We've always been official. This doesn't make any difference. But you guys know I always start off the episode with, I'm so excited about this episode. But when I tell you guys I am so excited about this episode, is because I truly am, because I literally had just had this like awakening inside. I don't know, everything that I do for the rest of my life from here on out, because I had just learned about the human design. Have you guys ever heard of this? So, what started this little research of mine was because I met with one of my girlfriends, Karina, and this is kind of like a prelude into the next episode, because next week I am going to interview her and we are going to talk about what she does, how she does it, why is it important as not only a mom, but also a business owner, and give you all types of things about being at home in your body. And part of that is knowing your human design. And like I said, I did the research into this just recently, and I found out that I was a projector, and about 20% of the population is a projector. And what this means is that we do not generate our own energy, but rather absorb and manage energy from others. This makes us great leaders, coaches, advisors, because we just love offering help. We love offering advice. Even sometimes it may be unsolicited. We like to give advice. And so shout out to all my friends who have either taken advice from me, or, sorry if I may have stepped on your toes by giving you advice. Apparently that's just my human design and how I'm wired, which I am loving. I am so obsessed with this, because it also, the quiz that I took, and I will try and link it in the show notes so you can also take your quiz and find out about your own human design. But what I had also found out is that my authority, so they go off of two different things mainly, and that is your authority and your strategy. And my authority is self-projected. Now, this means when I am able to freely communicate and make decisions from my authentic self, I can bring depth of self-understanding and authenticity, and I usually use that to inspire and guide others. And literally, when I found this out, I like had this like light bulb moment, like, oh my gosh, like this is why I have felt so called to go live or start a podcast, because I can be my own authentic true self and talk to you guys freely. I don't have somebody in my ear saying you're saying the wrong things, or you can't say that, or whatever. I literally can say whatever the hell I want to you guys and be my authentic self in doing so. And so having that authority being self-projected, like, guys, the things are finally clicking, and I encourage you to take this quiz and find out what your human design is. Okay, and then my strategy. My strategy is, this means like how we best interact with the world. And mine is much more than waiting for the right job or the right person, but it's about waiting for life to come to me on its own time and in its own form. It's about surrendering control and going with the natural flow of life. Like, I like to say that I'm like this easygoing type person, right? But then I feel like I sometimes try to force things, and that is when my not self theme comes in, which is bitterness. When this serves as an indicator when you are deterring from your true nature and inner guidance. And this looks like resentment or jealousy. And to tie in the strategy and the not self theme, guys, when I'm not going with the flow of things and like I try to have like this tight control on life, or, I try to make things happen when life is like, no, we're not ready. Like, that is when I start to get like frustrated and bitter. Like, why is this happening? And like angry and like jealous and resentment when I see, somebody who, like, for instance, one of my girlfriends, we started podcasting at the same time, and she is seeing all of this success, and I start to feel jealous, or not like bitter, like, because those are like really kind of like harsh, like mean words, but like, I'm like, damn, like, why not me? And it's because I'm trying to control this natural flow that the universe has for me. Like, the universe is going to give you what you are ready for, no matter when you want it or don't want it. Okay. And um, me looking in, right, and thinking about business when I'm trying to do, so for instance, in my Monat business, when I'm trying to do cold reach outs and force things and not be in that service mindset and try to hit numbers, because I mean, after all, that is sales. It is sales, right? When I'm trying to force things, that is when I am not acting in my true self, and I am starting to get that pushback from the universe. And that is supposed to be like a check, like, you are not doing this correctly. Like, this bitterness, this jealousy that you are feeling, like, it is because you are not living your true self, and you need to check yourself, girlfriend. And so I immediately, once I found out about this, I applied it to like my way of thinking and my business, and being like, okay, this is how I should be doing things. And oh, okay, this is why things are happening this way. And so if I were to just be able to use this podcasting in my business, in my Instagram, in my TikTok to talk freely and use my voice to connect and help people, that is where I am going to find success. That is where I am going to succeed. And I'm so excited because this honestly just lights a fire up under my ass to want to podcast more, to want to build community more, to want to use my voice and talk to people more. Like, figured it out. Figured out my life mission just by knowing my human design. I know that sounds absolutely wild, but like I said, if you know your human design, girl, please share it. I want to dive so hard into this. I feel like it's definitely like where I got into kind of like the zodiacs, and knowing like what type of person is a Taurus, which is me, or what type of person is a Cancer or a Pisces or a Sag, right? Like, I kind of got into that for a while, and like I still ask people to this day, like once I kind of get to know them personally, I'm like, what's your sign? Just so I can kind of like put two and two together. But now I'm totally going to be that girl where I'm like, do you know what your human design is? And it's so wild. So I put it up on my stories as a note currently. And if you are following me on Instagram, let me know. I would love to know. And then if you're just listening to this podcast, let me know. I need to know these things, you guys. And if you're not following me on Instagram, it's Brandy, Brandy Ververs. So definitely give that a follow. But I just had to come on and like share this like epiphany with you guys, because I'm like, holy crap. And it just lined up with next week's episode where, like I said, I'm going to interview my girlfriend Karina, and she like, oh my gosh, her laughter is just so infectious, and it's so loud, and just it comes from like a deep down inside, and it's so addicting. I love it. And she's just such a beautiful soul. I cannot wait to share her with you guys, but definitely stay tuned for that. Check out Your Human Design if you have not. And I think that's what I have for you guys for this week's episode. If you want to be a guest on my podcast, I have set up my Calendly link so you can go ahead and schedule yourself in for the month. What else do I have? Let me see. Oh, also, I am going to start doing just audio clips of bonus episodes for you guys. Like I said last week, it's usually going to be clips where I'm like already in chill mode and I have already showered, but like I just got inspired for some reason and I felt like the need to share that with you guys, but I necessarily did not feel like being on video. So I'm going to start sharing audio bonus clips with you guys, which I'm super excited about because those are just going to be like off the dome, inspired, hit record, let's fucking go. So that's what I have for you guys this week. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope the audio quality is good. This is the first time using this. But yeah, stay tuned for next week's episode and we will chat soon. Bye guys.
All right, mamas, that's what I have for you on today's episode. If you've liked what you've heard, please tag me on your Instagram stories at Brandy Ververs. That way we can continue to grow and empower more mamas to live their best life. See you next time.